Great. Happy Monday, everyone. My name is Allison, and I'm a volunteer with CDCK, and welcome to this month's adoption event. I'm also joined by the amazing Mila, who is another volunteer and who coordinated this event and is helping behind the scenes. And today we have some incredible foster dogs for you to meet. But before we meet them, just a little bit about us. City Dogs and City Kitties Rescue is located in Washington, D.C., and we're a nonprofit organization that rescues animals in overcrowded and under-resourced shelters. And we don't have a physical shelter, which means that all of our adoptable dogs are with fosters in their homes, as you'll see today. And we recently hit our 10,000th rescue, and of course, we are continuing to save many more. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, pretty much any social media platform at City Dogs Rescue. And our website is citydogsrescuedc.org. That's dogs plural, and there's a DC at the end. And on that website, which is citydogsrescuedc.org, you can donate, inquire about dogs, whether it's the ones that you'll meet today or any other dogs that we have available. And you can find information about volunteering and about fostering, which is great because we can always use more fosters. So 2 last quick notes before we begin. Feel free to ask questions in the chats on Facebook and YouTube, and we will do our very best to get to them. And also, very exciting, we will be having an in-person event at Dogma Bakery in Arlington on March 12th, if you would like to come and meet some of our adoptable dogs in person. So with all of that being said, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to our fosters and our audience and Mila, and let's get started. So up first, we're going to meet Lilian, who is being fostered by Celeste. Lilian is a female mixed breed. She's 3 months old and she is 10 pounds. And Lilian is spelled Lilian, just with one L. So Lilian and Celeste, thank you so much for being here with us today.
You're welcome.
So Celeste, could you tell us what Lilian was like when she first arrived? And can you tell us about how she's changed since?
Sure. Can you hear me okay? The volume good?
Perfectly.
Good. So Lillian's the white dog. Her current best friend is the brown dog laying next to her. So I figured if I took him out of the picture, she was going to follow him wherever he went. So Lilian, I got her from the transport. Someone was kind enough to bring up 3 puppies on a transport up from Puerto Rico. She was one of the 3 siblings. And so she was, riding off the airplane. She was very shy. I brought her home. I have 3 big dogs, 2 of whom are city dogs. And I have 2 cats, both of whom are city cats. And she was a little tentative, rightfully so. And but by the second day, she started to open up a bit. And I've had her about a month now, and her personality is huge. Like she's just blossomed and is curious and fun. Keeps my dogs, who are all old, keeps them young. She keeps them moving. Her personality is just really, really opened up. She's still a little shy around new people. Again, she's small. I guess now she's probably closer to 12 pounds. So she's a little small. So she tends to retreat when folks come in. But once they're in the house and things settle down, she's much better with them.
That's great. Thank you so much. And how does Lilian get along with her foster siblings? Looks like they have a great relationship.
She's, if she's not sleeping on top of one of them, she's trying to bite their jowls. I mean, she just has a great time with the dogs. It's really great to watch her learn from them also. So, she's learning how to go to the door to go out. She's learning cues. She's learning what is her food. I feed her with the big dogs. They each get a bowl, and she has to learn how to, manage that. And she does. She does it very well. She has her manners. She knows how to sit to ask for a treat. She gets along well with them. I mean, like any child, sometimes the older ones get a little annoyed and they turn their head at her and she stops, but that's all. I mean, she likes other animals. She really is a social creature.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. And what is Lilian like in the house?
She's actually good. She's great in the house. I do not crate her. She hangs out with the other three dogs. She gets crated once a day for about an hour when I take the three big dogs out for a walk. But otherwise, she does what they do, and so she doesn't. She naps when she should be napping. She wanted to move. Favorite friend. She's never worked with dogs or children,
Right.
and she's good in the house. She doesn't chew my furniture. She doesn't chew my rugs. She doesn't chew on things. My dogs don't chew on anything in the house. She doesn't chew on the furniture. She's very good. She minds her manners in the house. She's still a puppy. So you have to, she's got puppy behavior, but other than that, she's great. She's not a barker, meaning, when the postman comes or somebody else comes to the door, I have three doorbells. They all get up off their sofa or the floor and they run to the door, and she does not, she doesn't bark. So that's been nice, but she likes it. She likes to go outside. She likes to play outside. She'll go outside with the cats, and they'll all stalk each other around the house. Outside the house. So she has a great time out there.
Oh, wonderful. And what do you think Lillian's ideal forever home would be?
I think Lilian, she's funny in that she's fiercely, and there's one of the city kitties. She is fiercely independent, meaning, she does not follow me around during the day. When she wants a treat or she just wants an acknowledgement, she'll come over and see me, but she's not underfoot at all when I work from home. So I think her ideal, home would be, there's people there when she wants them. She likes to snuggle at night. So she'll get her energy out, she'll get her zoomies out, and then she'll lay down next to you and just want to cuddle either with you or one of the other animals. And I think, she likes to be outside. So I think folks who would take her out and let her see the world. She is curious. She's also my TV watcher. So she turned the big TV on and her ears perk right up and she sits there and just, watches. It's funny, but yeah. So, and if she hears another animal on TV or a dog, head's perked, cocks to the side, and she's watching. So,
oh, wow. Very aware.
Yes.
And it looks like there are a lot of good toys to choose from, but what is Lillian's favorite toy?
So she is a big tug of war fan. So she's learning how to get, how to lose gracefully in tug of war, but she loves to play tug of war, and she loves these Himalayan yak chews. I don't know if other folks on the call have ever given them to the dogs, but mine love them, and they take forever to chew down, and she will sit there for an hour and just chew on it, and then she'll put it down and one of the other dogs will pick it up. They don't, even though they each have their own, they love to just sit and chew on it. It's like a cheese chew. And so those are probably her favorite toys. And then I would have to say she's, like I said, she's a big tug of war. Like she's got all of her ropes, and she likes to play with the ropes and play with the other dogs, or even with you. Like I'll grab the rope and have her work out some of her puppy energy. So
that's great. And just because you do have your cat there, how does she do with cats? Yeah, that's great.
This happens to be a dog cat, right? So some cats are very savvy around dogs. This cat, he understands how to move around the dogs, and she wants to play sometimes with them, and sometimes they will, and other times if they don't, they just go to higher ground and stare at her. So, she's not aggressive with them, but they will play with her, and so she will play back, and so it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Celeste. Is there anything else you'd like to share about Lilian?
Other than, the thing that strikes me, she's my fifth puppy in about a year, and that I've fostered, and she is really smart. And you look at her, and I don't know if you guys remember the line from Jurassic Park, but clever girl. That she is just as clever as she can be, not in a destructive or bad way, but she's just, she's watching what you're doing, and she's watching what the other dogs and the other animals are doing, and she pays attention. So it's really interesting to watch her. I will say she's probably, of the puppies, one of the most clever and intelligent. Like we think she may have some shepherd in her because of her ears.
Yeah.
And she's got beautiful markings. You can't really see them except in person, but her ears are not as blonde as the rest of her. They're almost like a tan, a little bit darker. She's almost like tone on tone. And they have these beautiful markings on her ears. And also her back is the same way. She has almost a tone on her back. So she's a natural blonde, and she's got just a beautiful coat. And the last thing I will say is, remarkably, she doesn't shed. Like I do not have her blonde hair all over the house. So
wonderful.
She's been a great house guest.
That was so nice to hear. Well, thank you both for your time. Really appreciate it. And for all of you out there, you can find more information about Lilian on the City Dogs website, which again is citydogsrescuedc.org, or at her very special link, which is bit.ly/adopt Lilian. That's Lilian. Thank you so much again, Celeste and Lilian.
Thank you. We'll shut off our camera now.
Sounds good. And up next, we have Sir Elbow Macaroni and Philip. And Sir Elbow Macaroni is a male hound mix. He's 2 years old and 72 pounds. So thank you both for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Allison. So I see him down here. He is he's dark, so the contrast doesn't work too well, but he's using right here next to me on the couch.
Oh, that's so nice.
He's up right there, so you can see his face.
Hi, there he is.
But yeah, so we're just kind of enjoying some lazy time right now.
Oh, I love it. That's great. And Philip, how would you describe Sir Elbow Macaroni's personality?
Yeah, so I'd say he has some very positive traits. First of all, he is very adaptable. We have him for about 2 weeks, and throughout that time, he's really just kind of aligned with our schedule and kind of how we do things around here. We have a resident dog in the house who's also a City Dog alumni from a couple years ago. And he has just kind of, as soon as he got into our apartment, he has just really kind of settled in and kind of understood about when things, when walks are going to be or when food time is and everything like that. And he's really settled in nicely. So like that's I think a really, really cool part of his personality. I'd also describe him as goofy. He's still a little young. He's probably, around 1 or 2, kind of in between those ways. He's fully grown, but he does have a little bit of puppy goofiness, which is really fun. And so when he's playing with our resident dog or kind of just, sometimes he gets really goofy and rolls around on the floor. It's really fun. He's a fun guy to have around. And we're always, my fiance and I are always constantly like laughing at the last thing that he did when he's, doing that or, jumping up and down in a very, in a reserved way. So that's fun. And then I'd say that his last personality trait is he's very affectionate. He loves to be around the people. So we both work from home, my fiance and I, and so he's constantly either at one of our feet when we're working at our office. He just likes to be close, and if we're on the couch or watching TV or something, he'll come and make sure that he's getting his proper number of pets and things like that. So so overall, I'd say that those are kind of how I describe Mac.
That's great. Those are great descriptions. Thanks. And what does Mac's ideal day look like? Yeah,
so he is currently sleeping in the crate. So his ideal day starts with waking up. He'll let us know that he's up and ready to get out of the crate. And so we take him for a morning walk, around 7-ish or something like that. And so he goes for a walk, he eats, and he does his business. And then his favorite thing to do after that is, from about 7 to noon, is he will just sleep, be very calm. That's his kind of decompression time. And so he'll just kind of lay around, be a lazy hound for that day, those times. And though he does like to go on a noon walk, and so we'll take him for a walk around noon, and then we'll finish our work day, and he'll either chew on his plush toys, or play with our resident dog or something like that. And then we take him out again for another walk after he done with work, and then he gets some food around 6, and then he's pretty content to in the evening time just kind of lays around again. And so the most important thing is he loves going outside, and he loves his walks, so we make sure to give him a good amount of steps in. We live in an apartment, so we don't have a yard, and so, which is not a qualifying thing. He's fine doing that. He just needs to make sure that you get him out and get his walks and everything like that. And then and so he'll hang out this in the evening time, and then he's pretty much out of it by like 10 or something like that. And we'll be ready to go to sleep again. And then so that's kind of a normal day, normal ideal. And then when we show you, get him a big nice walk on the weekends, or a hike or something like that. And he's very, very into being outside and getting some sniff time, because he is a hound, and he does have those natural instincts to go explore and sniff and things like that. But luckily, it's kind of like 2 modes: either powered on outside, ready to go, or he's inside, powered off, and ready to nap and chill.
Sounds great. So it sounds like a great day.
Yeah.
And how is Mac doing with his training?
He's doing well. He knows sit and down, and we're working on weight right now. He is potty trained. We haven't had any recent accidents, except so yeah, that's great. He's really gotten the routine and letting us know like when he needs to go out. It's it's different time. We're still working on leash training. He was new to leash, I think, and so when we're on our walks, he is good like 80% of the time. And sometimes when there's a squirrel or something, that's when he'll pull a little bit. But that's what we're working on, and doing a little quicker training and motivating with food. He's very food motivated, to make sure that that we're getting that loose leash walking in, so that whoever ends up adopting him will have a nice comfortable time when they're walking. But so yeah, so those are the things we're working on. He's very smart, he's food motivated, and he's very eager to please. And so it's fun getting to see him kind of take on those training things one at a time. And so it's he's very cute that now every time that he wants something, he'll instantly sit. That's what the good thing to do is now.
That's so sweet. I love it. And what is your favorite thing about Mac?
So I mentioned this in his personality, but I think my favorite thing is how much he enjoys his people. He was very quick to bond with us, and he'll be quick to bond with anybody else. And so it's just really fun to have him around, because you can tell that he really enjoys being around his people, and enjoying the snuggles and everything else that comes with that. And so that's definitely my favorite part. We've fostered a couple other hounds as well, and they've proven to be a very, very nice breed of that. Not very gentle and everything that comes along with that. So that's my favorite part, his personality. And actually, I will have to say that my favorite part of his physical appearance is that he has these really long ears going there. So I don't know if you can hand for scale, but that's an aside.
Those are some great ears. I'm glad we were able to see. That's great. And we heard a lot about Mac's ideal day, but when do you think he's the happiest?
I think that he's the happiest. I think it's an equal tie between being outside and being able to walk around, and then when it's time just to settle down. I think that he really enjoys just laying at our feet, or being near us. But yeah, he also loves being outside. He'll I mentioned that he'll be very interested in looking at trying to find the squirrels, and and sniffing around. And that just, that really just gets him going. That's what he's around it for. But yeah, so yeah, those two things, I think he looks pretty content right now. That's the second one. He's kind of just around, you're petting him. That's I don't know if you can hear it pick up the microphone, but he like just moans a lot of times when you're petting him, kind of like, like gives a good grunt or so, just to let us know that he's, I guess, enjoying himself.
That's great. And finally, is there anything else you'd like to share about him?
No, I don't think that I have anything more. I think the question's covered. I just think that like we've really enjoyed having him around, and it's been fun just to kind of get his his good energy around the house. And he really gets along well with our resident dog, and they have some great playtime. So he'd be good in either a home with the dog or without, as long as there's he has his people to form that bond and that pet with. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Philip, for sharing, and thank you to Mac. You can find more information about Mac, or Sir Elbow Macaroni, which is his full name, on the City Dogs website. He's listed as Sir Elbow Macaroni there. And again, the City Dogs website is citydogsrescuedc.org, or you can find out more about him at his own very special link, which is bit.ly/adopt Sir Elbow Macaroni. So thank you again to you both. Really appreciate it. And up next, we have Bobos and Victoria. Oh, perfect. And Bobos is a female lab who's about 2 years old, and she is 49 pounds. So thank you so much for joining us. There she is. So Victoria, can you tell us about Bobos's favorite toy?
Yeah. Well, I might cut my face off, but Bobos is the main start. She likes this Christmas pickle that we have. It's a stuff, she loves stuffed animals in general, but her favorite is this Christmas pickle that squeaks, and she'll run in the backyard and play with it. But we have a dog as well, and she loves sticks. So Bobos definitely is a follower at times, and will get a stick every once in a while and play with that too.
That's so fun. It's great. And can you tell us a bit about her personality?
Yeah, she's super cuddly. We couldn't pick her up on the first day, and the person who had her beforehand said like she just slept with her all night and likes to cuddle, as she likes the cuddles and pets now. But she is like about 2.5, so she still has some puppy energy in her. So I would say like in the morning we go on like a walk, and she loves walks. She gets so excited. And then she just, wants to like cuddle for a little bit before we go to work. And then she'll play in the backyard with our puppy a little bit as well. And then, but during the evening time, she just wants to lean up against someone and get really good pets and cuddle.
And what is Bobos' favorite thing to do? It sounds like she loves pets, but anything else?
I think it's like between pets and cuddling, she loves to walk. We got her, and like one of the first things we did was hike. Well, like not on the first day, but and she like was super excited to go on like a 5-mile hike and handled it like a champ. And she still had more energy to walk afterwards too.
That's amazing. That's a lot of stamina. And how was Bobos adjusted to living with you?
She's done really well. She had like one initial accident, like just the first day getting in, but other than that, she's been perfect. She like will go to her crate just to hang out or like eat and chill. She knows a lot of like general commands, and she's adapted to our just habits and like lifestyle pretty quickly. And so no whining. And like we have to put her in her crate like when we're going out, or she has like adjusted to our dog really quickly. Our dog is a little bit bigger than Bobos, and so she was a little timid at first, but she warmed up very quickly. And has just been very respectful and like great to be around.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. And what do you think her ideal forever home would look like?
She loves people. One of the first days that we like got her, we had a housewarming party like beforehand. So we had a few friends still here, and she just loved like all the guests. We had like nephew here who is 2. So she's really good with kids, and he just like loved petting her. She was just very like patient because kids can be kids, and would kind of just like let him play with her how he like felt. And so yeah, I think she just loves to be around others when possible. She does really well though when we aren't home. There's again no like whining when we have to put her in her crate. She gets really excited when we get back, of course. So yeah, just a home with people who want to give love, and she'll take all of it.
That sounds wonderful. And finally, is there anything else you'd like to share about Bobos?
We've only had her for a week, but like she's been like super sweet, and she's super gentle, just like a loving pup. And so yeah, I'm sure anyone will be lucky to have her. And yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you so much to you both for joining us. And for our audience, you can find more information about Bobos on the City Dogs website, which again is citydogsrescuedc.org, or at her special link, which is bit.ly/adoptable Bobos. That's BOBOS. So thank you so much again to Bobos and Victoria. And that's it for our foster dogs. And before we go, I wanted to give a huge thank you to all of our fosters today. We are so grateful for everything that you do, and we really appreciate your taking the time to be with us this evening and sharing a little bit about these wonderful dogs. And thank you to everyone in the audience. We hope that you've enjoyed meeting these dogs. And if you're interested in learning more, or perhaps even giving one of them their forever home, you can find more information about all of them and about fostering, volunteering, donating, and adopting on our website, which one last time is citydogsrescuedc.org. And one last reminder about our in-person event at Dogma Bakery in Arlington on March 12th. So thank you again to everyone that is watching and to everyone who participated today. And we hope that you have a great night.